and welcome to another episode. I can't believe this is the third episode I am doing on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who has listened, and let's get right into today's episode. I want to talk about something that happened, that I've experienced. I usually say this is a space for me to kind of talk about my experience as I am growing. And today I want to talk about inferiority complex. And I will be talking about it from my own standpoint and how I have experienced it. I remember that I have been dealing with inferiority, or I have dealt with inferiority complex since when I was much younger. I remember that it goes as far as me being the firstborn, me being the darkest one, me just having something to prove, right? I don't know if anyone has experienced this, but for me, I remember that growing up, in the cycle of friends that I had, or wherever I found myself, I was always distinctly different. Either I was the darkest one, or I was the bigger one, the biggest one, or the bigger one, or there was just something that makes me stand out. And I know that for the longest time I dealt with feeling inferior to other people because of how you could easily pick me out among my group of friends or group of family or wherever I find myself. I recall that it was so bad that in uni it was terrible for me. Like, I was doing so many things to ensure that, for example, I lost weight, I was fair skinned, my hair was in a particular way. If I see that, like, I do makeup in a particular way, things like that. And it was exhausting. I don't think I have ever felt so inferior more than I have felt in my earlier days, especially during, like, in my early 20s to middle 20s. It was so terrible. I remember one time, and I don't know, I like to use the way I feel when I'm with my friends at that time. How you would have friends and you probably want to use their stuffs, and you can't use their stuff because for whatever reason, maybe you're dark skin or you're light skin or your petite size or your eyes look different or it just wouldn't fit you better. For me, it was like that. It was so bad because, first of all, I'm bustier than all my friends. I don't think I've had any friend that is bustier than I am. I am darker than most of my friends. I don't think I've had any friend that is darker than I am. It felt like, oh, I was very different, right? Sometimes, like, my friends would probably say, oh, I'm going to Miami tomorrow. By the way, when any of my friends that says they're going to Miami tomorrow and they don't take me, there's problem. But I just felt like I was different, right? And it dealt with my self-esteem and me wanting to try to prove that I can be whatever. I remember one time in school, I was trying so bad to be on the slim side, like, because I think I was a size 10 in uni, or either size 10 or 12, but I think it was a size 10. And I remember I bought slimming creams. I don't know if those things, in fact, those things are fake. I don't know if they ever work, but they're fake. I bought them, like, I would rub it on my skin, use what's it called, this wrapping paper bag liners, I don't know, wrapping sheets all over my tummy, my body, just to lose weight. I would not eat, I would starve. It was bad. Then I remember that one day everything just came crashing down. I just sat down in my room and I was thinking, why do I feel inferior? Why can't I accept myself for who I am? And I think that triggered my change, my mindset change, because all through my early 20s to middle 20s, I always felt I was not enough, right? And it impacted me in so many ways. I had difficulty having friends. I had difficulty expressing myself the way I would love to. I was very, very in my shell. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but it was bad because by personality, I relate with being an ambivert, right? But I realized that a lot of people didn't actually know the real me. Or some people can come and say, oh, Eunice is such a social butterfly. She's happy, she's chirpy, she's loud. Some can say she's lousy, whatever. But I just realized that if it comes down to, can you talk about the true, authentic Eunice? A lot of people don't know who I was. They couldn't talk about it. They didn't know me personally. In fact, most of my friends didn't even know where I was from. They didn't know my family, right? So that day that I thought about it, I just realized that I needed to be my true self. I needed to embrace who I am, because it was such a downcasting feeling. It was such a weight on me. And I realized that I was not doing so well for myself. And I remember when I took that decision to be more confident, to learn to accept myself, the first thing that happened was that I actually changed my wardrobe. I know this is crazy, but I went into my room. I just opened my wardrobe and I started flinging clothes out, because those clothes were not an expression of who I was. I sat down. After I was done, half of my clothes were out. My wardrobe was empty. And I remember that I also took my diary and I kind of listed, in real essence, what do I like to do? What do I want to do? Like, what are the activities that I enjoy? And from there, I started picking up things that express me, myself. And that was where I realized that, for example, I love makeup. I do makeup. I love to dress well. I love to smell good. I love to look good. And in me looking good, I'm able to accept my skin tone. I'm able to accept that I'm blessed beyond an average woman. If anybody wants to come near me, they should see me the way I am, accept me the way I am, and be friends with with me the way I am. And over the years, after I started taking this decision, these steps, I realized that when people come and say, oh, Eunice, you look nice, right? I wouldn't compare how I look nice to you. I would accept it as compliment, because I know that I look nice, right? Or if, for example, Eunice, oh my God, you're wearing this today, I wouldn't say, oh, I wouldn't be checking myself out to see if that person was lying. I would say, yes, I definitely look good. I'm wearing something good. And I realized I've become a lot more happier. I am so much happier than I used to be. I have, to a large extent, let go of that weight that has kept me bound to me trying to prove myself. So I'm not, like, the space I am in is, I'm not saying I won't prove myself, but I'm proving myself to myself, not to the society that, oh, I can be better than this person. Do you get, like, now, like, I am living my life to the fullest, as God has given me the grace to. I'm able to make decisions that are beneficial to me and beneficial to those that are dear to me. For my take for you, if ever you feel inferior, I think you should start looking inwards and not outwards. You sit down, look into the mirror if you have one, or take a book and journal and write down the things that you genuinely like. What do you genuinely like? What do you genuinely see yourself as? It can be that you even write down, oh, these are my physical attributes, right? This is it. Then ask yourself, why do you ever feel this is not enough? Because sometimes, or in most cases rather, when inferiority complex comes from we trying to conform ourselves to the societal definition of what is good, what is pleasant, what is normal, what is beautiful. We try try to define ourselves by these societal definitions and not accept us the way God has created us. And it has helped me greatly when I started changing my mindset. Right, I can confidently come to someone and say, oh, you look beautiful, and it's not coming from a place of malice, it's not coming from a place of comparison. I genuinely see you and appreciate that you look beautiful, and not diminishing my own beauty. Right, I can say, oh, you're intelligent, and I wouldn't feel bad that I'm not intelligent. By the way, I'm intelligent. I don't know I don't know what your definition of intelligence is, but I am intelligent. Right, my take for you, right, you watching, if you ever have this term inferiority complex resonates with you, I think it's high time you grow out of that phase, because it's a happiness killer, it's a confidence killer, right? In fact, it can be a purpose killer. I know that a lot of things that I have set out to do would not have been possible if I had remained in my shell. Yes, there will come times where you would feel nervous, anxious about events or situations of you achieving goals. But because you have been able to deal with that mindset, you would come out of it and say, I can try this, I can do this, I am deserving of love, I'm deserving of happiness, I'm deserving of joy, I am beautiful the way I am. God has created me with purpose, He made me in His image. By the way, that is the first thing that should even be in your mind when you think about yourself, that you were created in the image of God. And if God Himself can say He created everything and He looked at it and it looked good, my darling, you are good. You are good. God created you a good thing. Don't ever compare yourself to others. Don't ever feel intimidated. Don't ever remain in that bubble, that dirty bubble that makes it look as if you cannot attain what other people are attaining. Yes, you can. Now, I'm not saying that I am already there, but we are a work in progress, and we are definitely not our past. We are what we make of our present and what we think our future is, right? So please, 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 to all the ladies, to all the gentlemen, if you ever feel inferior, know that you're deserving, you are enough just the way you are. All right, that is me. Till I come your way next time. Bye.